Corporate Greed and Fiscal Reporting, Unmasking Financial Deception and Its Effects. Discover how corporate greed distorts fiscal reporting, impacting investors and the economy in surprising ways. Learn the truth behind the numbers. Corporate greed and fiscal reporting. What's really going on? You ever notice how some companies always seem to be swimming in cash, yet when you look closely, their financial reports almost feel like a magic trick? Like one minute they're raking in profits, the next they're claiming they're barely holding on. It's not just accidental confusion. There's a whole world of corporate greed happening behind the scenes of fiscal reporting, and it affects all of us more than you might realize. Now, imagine a company's financial report as a movie script. It tells a story about how much money they made, what they spent, and basically how healthy the business is. Investors, employees, even governments rely on these reports to decide whether to invest, regulate, or trust the company. But here's the catch. Some companies get a little creative with that story. When I say creative, I mean profit inflation, hiding debts, or playing with numbers to look way better than reality. This isn't just bad bookkeeping. It's often a calculated effort driven by pure corporate greed. Why? Because higher reported earnings mean higher stock prices, bigger bonuses for executives, and a glossy image that can attract more business. And honestly, that pressure to show perfection drives some companies to cross ethical lines. Think about it this way. If a CEO's paycheck is tied directly to the company's quarterly success, imagine the temptation to massage those numbers. It's a slippery slope. You might have heard of some classic scandals, but it's not just megacorps in the news. Even mid-sized firms can get caught up in this scheme. And it's not just about companies trying to look good. Sometimes, they purposely hide the risks or losses to lull investors into a false sense of security. When those risks come crashing down, innocent folks lose retirement money or investments. It's a huge problem with real consequences. Revenue recognition tricks. Companies might record sales before they're actually earned, making it look like they're selling more than they are. Expense manipulation. Delaying necessary expenses to future periods so the current financials look healthier. Off-balance sheet entities. Keeping debts or liabilities off the main financial reports to avoid scrutiny. All that playing around in fiscal data isn't just about fooling shareholders. Sometimes it intertwines with bigger stories. Rumors of government conspiracy, pharmaceutical profits ballooning beyond what seems reasonable, or even untrue allegations made to mask shady dealings. These aren't just conspiracy theories bouncing around on the internet. They are real patterns traced back to how publicly traded companies present themselves. So what keeps this system from spiraling out of control? Well, there are watchdogs, regulators like the SEC, auditors, and increasingly whistleblowers within companies. But the sheer amount of money involved means there's always going to be some push to bend the rules. Plus, the complexity of financial reporting can make it tricky for everyday investors to see through the smoke and mirrors. That's why understanding corporate greed and fiscal reporting isn't just an accountant's problem. It's everyone's problem. It shapes the economy you live in, the jobs available, and even the prices of products you buy. When you hear about companies being fined for fraud or misleading statements, it's a glimpse into this hidden world. If you want a thrilling way to get into the mindset behind these financial twists and turns, check out The Ultimate Frame by Andrew M. Semple. It's a novel that wraps the dark intrigue of corporate deception into a captivating story that'll keep you flying through the pages. Discover this thrilling novel by Andrew M. Semple today and get a front-row seat to the high-stakes world where greed meets finance. At the end of the day, being aware of corporate greed and fiscal reporting helps us all be smarter consumers, investors, and citizens. And who knows, maybe spreading the word will make these shady practices a little less profitable for those who try them.